So what take space is this is going to be a space where we can trot out a take that we just want to try it on. It's like when you're going someplace, you put on a shirt and I don't know if I like this. I'm not committing to it quite yet. I just want to see how it fits.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to try out take-wise here.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles might not only be the best team in the NFC, I think they're in a tier all their own. If you were tiering out the teams in the NFC, I think the Eagles are number one, and I think they're number one by a considerable margin over the rest of the teams in the NFC. Is that insane?
It's not insane, but it's a little crazy. I think it's a tier 4 is how I'm looking at it, but they are in that top tier. So I think it's a little crazy. I think it's Bucs.
Give me your 4.
Healthy Bucs. If this Bucs,
okay, they're not healthy.
But are they going to be hurt the entire season?
Ryan Jensen's not going to play this year.
But that's not the woes right now. The woes is no one can beat man. And then we got it's the top defense. Like the Bucs defense is kicking ass right now. So I think the Bucs, once they get these receivers or reinforcements back, we're gonna be reminded how good this Bucs team is. But after that, okay, I can make the argument with them. I think it's Bucs, Eagles, Rams, Packers. That's my 4 right now. And I don't feel great about the Packers. But I think that's the top 4 though for me. But I think the Bucs team, once they get healthy, they're gonna be fine. Yeah, I think they'll be very good. That's why they're the favorites.
That's a big butt, man. I think that's a big butt. They're already.
Mike Evans is going to get a fight every week. He's not going to play Marshawn Lattimore.
Godwin, we'll see what happens when he gets back. Julio is constantly hurt at this point.
Russell Gage comes back. They gave Russell Gage a lot of money for a reason, and they're not going to have to target tight ends anymore. I think this Bucs team's going to be just fine.
All right, I'm a little bit worried about them, but right now, in this moment, the current state of the Bucs team, I think the Eagles are a tier above them and a tier above the rest of the teams in the NFC. I'm concerned about the state of the Rams' offensive line moving forward. Yep. The Rams are stars and scrubs on defense. I think they'll be fine, but I expected the Rams to take a step back this year.
Yep,
the Rams being on the second tier of NFC teams is, to me, not an indictment of the Rams.
Nope.
I am a little bit concerned about the long-term viability of the Packers' offense, even I think they can be good in spurts. The defense, I wanted them to look better than this. After adding the bodies that they had up front, I'm concerned about how they defended the run against the Bears and what this could look like long-term. I watched the Eagles, and I just don't see a ton of weaknesses with the way that they're playing right now. If Slay is going to be able to play like that against Justin Jefferson,
right?
When you have that thing that you can just uncork on defense, combined with them saying, you know what, we're going to play Jordan Davis on early downs. That's who we're going to be. And they have that element to the run defense now. I just don't see a ton of issues. And that's before we even get to the offense. You watch that team play. You watch the pocket that Jalen Hurts is playing with because of that offensive line. You see the stuff that they're scheming up for A.J. Brown. I think it was on one drive. No, maybe not one drive. It was in the first half. Hurts hit the dig to Devontae Smith.
Yes.
It was beautiful. And then he hit another in. Yes. And he hit another in-breaker to Dallas Goedert. And it's like one of those things where, all right, there's real progress here. If he's going to be playing this way and you have all of the talent around him, I think that I could talk myself into them being the best team in this conference by a significant step.
The defense I still have some questions with, and I can't get the second half against the Lions out of my head because they have to figure out what they are. Slay, that's a great point about Slay though. That was a star performance like that, and he's a great player, so it makes sense. But this defense, I'm still a little curious about when they're not playing Kirk Cousins at night because he apparently he melts to moonlight. I don't know what it is with him, but then I don't know what it is, man. Like we're about to get to the pick segment. That's an indictment on me to bet on the Vikings at night and go like, oh yeah, Kirk Cousins is still your quarterback in a night game. Of course he shit his pants. But then it's also, I think I still have some question marks with the defense, but it's less of a question mark. It's not a big one. It's more of a smaller one. I think this offense is, of course, the offensive line is great. I love the weapons. They are built to dominate two high defenses. Guess what? Everybody's running now. But this team is, no matter what, going to have an advantage because of Jalen Hurts' legs. That's the best part of this offense right now. And the fact that he's shown growth, and I wrote about this in my article this week, was that this is the highest percentage that he's throwing. Let's stick with me here. 10 to 22 yards between the numbers from the pocket. So the fact that he's sitting in there and hitting those dig routes, he needs to do that every game, and he is so far. I know it's only 2 games, but he's done it enough where I'm like, okay.
It was off limits last year. Like,
you can do it.
period, off limits.
He
So
would
the
just
fact
scramble.
that it's happening multiple times a game now is huge.
That's
And
all he
it's
needs to do.
amazing how all this stuff ties together. He's able to operate in that area of the field and wait for that stuff because he is under zero duress
Just hanging.
whatsoever. It
Just
is
hanging.
all the pieces fit together, man. And everything you said about the defense is totally legitimate. It's been 2 games. They struggle with the Lions. That's why this is take space. We're not held to anything we say in the take space. Not held to anything we say in the take space, but I just wanted to explore this, see how it felt, because watching that game on Monday, it was hard not to get to this place in my head for at least a second based on the way that they were playing.
I had, before we did the preview, kind of just like awards and predictions and all that, and they're answering some of the questions I had earlier than I thought they would. And it's a compliment to their coaching staff. Their offensive coaches are doing a great job of running. Just
like it's going to be a head coach instantly.
He has
if this
to be.
keeps happening.
He has
He's
to
gone. He is gone if this continues to happen,
He
and
has
he
to be.
should be, because think about how many different versions they've succeeded with already.
Yes.
The idea that they can be like, the fact that they look so good with an offense that is so drastically different from what it looked like a year ago is an incredible bit of confidence that you have in the coaching staff. It's an unbelievable job.
Especially when he's a traditional, like, North Turner, freaking, like, Philip Rivers offense guy, and their RPO stuff is great, and just the timing. They know when to press the button at what time. The run game was a little interesting to me. They still have some things to sort out, which is so weird because their offensive line's so good, but it's weird. It's like just run game wise, just to the running backs. But once you get Hurts involved, it's awesome. So I want to see. That's like another question mark I have in the offense, but that's going to be a strength. I really do think that. But the fact that they can hit these different design and hit different parts of the field and understanding weaknesses of the defense. There was a reason they went after Dantzler the entire game and they were going to that direction for a reason. So I think it was a really, really, just really good job. But this the offense has done so far. It's been very fun to watch.